Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and welcome back to another Miraculous Ladybug news video. Now, this video is going to contain a lot of different miscellaneous news, and I like to make one of these videos every so often whenever, the miscellaneous news starts to pile up, because a lot of this isn't really stuff that I would just make a single video about, because it would be a 2 or 3 minute video. So, I'm compiling all these smaller little news segments into this one big one, so, yeah, that's what this video is. As always, if you want to stay updated on all of the news relating to Miraculous, I highly recommend that you go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, because I will update you whenever we hear new news. Now, we do have a little bit of a group of Shanghai news, so I'm going to save that towards the end because I want to group it all together. But other than that, we're just going to go in chronological order from when this is released. So this first one is a tweet from Winnie. Now, Winnie is on the team of Miraculous, so, he actually knows what he's talking about. Now, he tweeted out saying, unpopular opinion, at the end of Season 3, Adrigami and Kagami are together as a couple, and Marina and Luca as well. Now, he follows this up with saying there are 52 episodes in process, 52 episodes you all know nothing about. You do not have the faintest idea what is coming. Keep calm and enjoy the ride. And then finally saying, small note, my job is to tell stories, make you feel, live, experiment, watch something different, something that can make you grow up or at least will make you think. Telling stories can be so many things. One thing it's not is giving you what you want easily. So I think this basically confirms that Adrigami as well as Lukanette is happening at this point in time. Now, in all honesty, in the New York special, it didn't really seem like that. But, then again, the New York special is before Season 4, and so, I don't know. Now, he does say at the end of Season 3, so that sort of implies that, that would mean that right at the end of Season 3, they got together, but the New York special didn't really shout those ships to me. Sort of Adrigami, but, Lukanette, not really. So, I guess we'll just really have to see until Season 4, because they could definitely pursue this further. And again, we didn't really see too much of Luca or Kagami in the New York special, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see sort of what happens in Season 4, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that Adrigami and Lukanette is going to be happening before Adrianette, which I think is fine. I think this is the route that most shows take, is they have a little bit of drama at the beginning. The same thing happened with Star Versus, and so this is just happening. But again, don't worry, because we already know that Adrianette is the OTP. It will happen eventually. Alright, so the next bit of news is a follow-up to a previous piece of news that we received. I can't even remember how long ago it was. It was probably a long time by now. But I don't know if you remember, but there was this football special guest that was sort of hinted at, that Thomas was like, hey, yeah, we got a football episode coming. Here's a sneak peek look at the new character. And so we had a lot of speculation of who could this be? Now, obviously, this guy is French, so I don't know, I couldn't really help in the search. But Sedver on Twitter got the guess right, and Thomas actually retweeted that, and he said, that's it, the fans have roasted you, Didier. No more recoil possible, we have to ensure the doubling bar. Now, okay, this is translated from French, so it's it's probably not entirely accurate. The opportunity to open the eyes of the young generation to the beauty of a certain football. If you don't yet follow Didier Rosten, I guarantee you I'm mispronouncing those names, I apologize. This is the occasion friends. So yeah, not really a very good translation on Google's part. Google Translate has definitely done better in its days, but that's okay. I think we get the basic gist. So just as a little background on Didier, he's a French sports journalist, and he's known for his really fancy shirts, which is what Thomas said in the original tweet where he posted this image. Now, he has commentated for many French football channels, and for those of us in America, that's soccer, so it's not American football. So yeah, it's just some closure to hey, who's this character? Well, now we know, so that's pretty cool. Nothing really big, but it is something I wanted to put out there. Alright, so the final story that we have before we get into the Shanghai news is Thomas has announced that the writing workshops from Season 5 are completed. Now, what this means is it's not necessarily he's finished the scripts, it's ready to go into animation and voice acting. I think all this means is he knows how the heroes are going to evolve, he knows the storyline, he knows what villains they're gonna face. It's just they don't have the individual episodes written. So it is cool to know hey, they have the final episode of Season 5 planned out, which could end up being the very finale of Miraculous. Highly doubt it, because Miraculous is just so successful, but it is possible that they have already completed the basic writing of season 5. So I don't know, that's just really cool to me, I think. So I don't know, they already have all this stuff planned out, so I think if we're getting a season 6 confirmed, it's going to be fairly soon, because I mean, they finished season 5. I mean, yeah, they still have to write season 5, like each episode, but I would think that they're starting to think like, hey, are we doing a season 6? Because you would think that for writing season 5, if it's the finale, you would think that they would indicate that it's the finale of Miraculous, right? So I think we will find out if there's going to be a season 6 relatively soon. Now, they've said that they've wanted a season 6, and if Miraculous is successful, they'll get one. So my guess is, since Miraculous is so successful, we will get a season 6. So my guess is we don't really have to worry about it, because it's probably going to happen. Now, he does mention something about a roller coaster in this tweet. I don't know if that's supposed to mean anything. So, I mean, it's just saying, like, prepare for a roller coaster. So, if you have any ideas, like, aside from just the obvious, like, oh man, it's just gonna be a roller coaster of emotions and whatnot, if you have any, like, thoughts on that, let me know down in the comments if there's, like, a secret hidden meaning to the 52 by 21, like, I don't really know. But yeah, I think that's really cool, and I'm super excited for season 5. Hey everyone, this is Future Aiden here. Quick announcement, actually, this is some huge breaking news that we got as I was editing this video. There was a follow-up to the Thomas tweet saying that, you know, season 5 writing is finished. Now, in the original tweet, he said, meanwhile, before new seasons in TV movies, rendezvous on bayday.com. Now, I didn't talk about this because I was like, okay, so before seasons 4 and 5 come out, make sure you go to bayday.com, right? That's pretty simple. But he just announced that what he meant by new seasons was seasons after season 5. He is basically confirming season 6, not only 6, but 7 as well, because he says seasons meaning plural. Now, he has not come out and said, yeah, seasons 6 and 7 are confirmed, but he is confirming that there are at least 2 seasons probably. This might change because it's not, like, officially confirmed, but he's basically confirming it here. So we can expect to see season 6 and 7 in the future. Now, that could be the last season, or if it's continuing to be popular, then we can expect probably seasons 8, 9, 10. Who knows how long they're going to continue it out, but this is huge news. You know, season 6 and 7 are basically confirmed. I will update you whenever we hear, like, okay, yeah, seasons 6 and 7 is actually confirmed, but as of right now, this, like, little hint from Thomas is basically good. It's good enough confirmation for me. It could change, but I think with, like, everyone pretty much knew that season 5 wasn't going to be the last one unless if they were just, like, crazy or something. So, yeah, this is great news. Season 6 and 7 is confirmed. So yeah, I just wanted to put this in there because, yeah, this is important stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into the regular scheduled video. Sorry for this interruption. Actually, I'm not sorry because it was worth it. Alright, so next we have some news from Leigh Fargo about the Shanghai special, and then also Jeremy Zag released something on Instagram, so I'm gonna sort of group these two together. So starting with Leigh Fargo, the full name of the Shanghai special has been released, and that is Miraculous World Shanghai, The Legend of Lady Dragon. Now, this was translated from French, again, so this could be a little bit wrong, but I think that sounds like what the title would be, so my guess is the title is Miraculous World Shanghai, The Legend of Lady Dragon. Now, that makes perfect sense in my opinion, so, yeah, there's that full name. Now, Leigh Fargo also says that Marinette will reconnect with her Chinese origins, so this could possibly be her meeting some of her relatives that still live in Shanghai, so that could be really interesting. My guess is we will see her uncle, I think that's who it was in Kung Fu. I think that would be cool to see him again. Now, the last thing in this Leigh Fargo episode is that if the New York special and the Shanghai special both do really well in the numbers and stuff, then it will open up the door to many other adventures of this kind. So basically, if the specials do good, which my guess is they are going to do good, I mean, I would think that the New York special did good. I don't really know any numbers yet, but just knowing from the history of Miraculous. But if these both do well, then that means that there's going to be other specials like this. Now, we already know that they're going to be doing another special of some kind. We don't really know what that special is yet, but they will be doing another one. Now, if that one does well as well, that was funny to say, but then that could just mean that, like, the specials are going to be a thing that happen a lot. and I think that's really cool. Like, if Miraculous is successful, we're gonna get more. Going back to that season 6 thing, like, if you help support the show and you're like, yeah, this is really good, and it gets support, you know, if it stays #1 all across the world like it is now, then it's gonna continue. So, I mean, as long as we're helping support the show, it's going to be continued for a long time. Now, what can you do to help? You can watch the show officially, like on Disney Channel or Netflix or wherever you have it officially. You can also buy merchandise. That's also a good way to help. Official merchandise, might I add, like from the Zag store, that you gotta buy it from there. And maybe like Disney has some. Just make sure it's officially licensed. And just keeping the community alive is also a really good way to help, because if the writers see like, hey, there's a really big community around this, and like they want to see more, then that probably gives them more motivation to make more. So moving on to the Jeremy Zag side of things, he's been posting a lot recently, or well, not necessarily recently, but he has over the past year. So he posted this Instagram post showing a new image of some Renlings. Now, we've already seen these guys before, like this isn't really anything too new, it's just sort of a new concept. Now we do see some cool like glowing images in the background, so it's just a cool little promotional art. Now we did also share this like work in progress one, which was actually removed pretty soon after he posted it, so yeah, there's that one as well if you're interested in seeing that, I guess. But recently, he hasn't really been including like helpful captions, but he actually did include a helpful caption this time, and it gives us some new info. So, he said, "They are not Kwamis, they are Renlings. They can transform you into a wild animal you must control. Their owner is a very special person Ladybug and Cat Noir will meet in Shanghai, coming very soon to you." Now, obviously, I think their owner is Faye, like we've heard that from the synopsis. But I think this is really cool because it shows that all of these Renlings are a part of like the same Miraculous. It's not really a Miraculous, I think it's the Prejudice. I think that's what it was called in the synopsis. But they're all a part of the same Prejudice, which I assume is just like a bracelet or something, just like a Miraculous, just called something different. So it's like their power includes all these different Renlings. And so I don't know, I think that's really cool. It's not really something that we've seen before. Now their power is also really interesting. So basically, let's say for example Tiger, right? Faye wants to call out Tiger and become a tiger, so she does her transformation scene or whatever, and she becomes this wild animal tiger. Now what I assume from this is she can't really control herself very well. Like it's harder to control like when you're a tiger, for example, because your mind sort of like goes into tiger mode. So it's like you have to really power through, and it's a lot of work to try to control yourself as the tiger. And if you're not careful, then the tiger will just take you over basically. So I think that's going to be really interesting. And like with this, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of development with this where like Faye can't control it very well at the beginning. I don't know, maybe she can and it'll just be explored some other avenue. I would think that they would explore it to some degree because it could really be interesting for the story. Now one question I do have is, do they physically get turned into an animal, sort of like Animan, or is it like sort of like Ladybug and Cat Noir where they just like get a suit and then it's like they have powers of that animal? I'm sort of interested to hear because I could see it going both ways. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see what they do with this character. I'm also wondering if the color scheme is going to be red and green because that's what the Renlings are colored as. So I don't know, it's just going to be really interesting to see all that. But yeah, that's all the news I have for you today. If you did enjoy, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
You have eaten my soup.